background. So looks like the Marvel star Teyonah Parris, she's finally speaking out about the Marvel's box office flop. When I read her whole interview from like recently she gave to the People magazine, sounds like honestly her response to this movies, I guess overall how it got flop. Thinking a lot of people is giving their negative opinion on this movie without seeing the movie. To that I say that is possible that some people are saying this movie is bad without even seeing it, but same time there is a Rotten Tomato score for this movie, so you cannot always blame the audience for not liking the movie. Recently this movie, of course, it also dropped on Disney Plus. Viewership for this movie on Disney Plus, it was so low. Of course, before this movie came out to the theater, before that, there was a lot of backlash around this movie. There was a lot of controversy around this movie, lot of reshoot, redone. This female-centric movie is gonna flop at the box office, this and that. I do understand all this hater is out there for this movie, but end of the day, when this movie came out, overall, this movie wasn't good. Everything around this movie people didn't like, I guess, end of the day. Although she is working on other project, but of course people will always ask her about Marvel. How was her experience working with the Marvel studio, I suppose. That being said, her response though to this question, I find it very interesting. Same time, sounds like from her interview she's thinking, because this movie, it is kind of flop at the box office and also it's flop on Disney Plus. She's thinking a lot of people have not seen this movie. That is what I think she is answering her question. I find it quite interesting. She's actually asking people to see this movie before you give out your opinion on this movie. But I feel like most people who saw this movie, they're the ones saying this movie is bad. Obviously this movie is like a word of mouth for this movie was really bad, that this movie actually flopped everywhere. That means that of course she's the star of movie. She's not gonna say this movie was bad or anything like that. She's actually asking people to give this movie fair shot, and she's actually stressing that out, that she actually works hard on this movie, and all the people, staff and everybody also worked on her. Looks like in her interview she's saying, I think there are a lot of talk, people hadn't seen it, so that's frustrating when people comments on things they haven't actually experienced, says Parris, adding that here is a lot of people who put a lot of their time, spirit, talent into bringing this forward. I would hope that people would give it a fair shot by just seeing it, trying it, says Parris. If you don't like it first 10-15 minutes, fair enough, your time is precious, but we make this film so that it can be escaped from your real world into moment for levity and joys and fun. You do not have to like something, but give it a chance by actually seeing it, forming your own opinion, she added. If you didn't, that's fair. That's how you feel. I cannot take it from you. Okay, so sounds like from her interview, she's thinking a lot of people are commenting on this movie without seeing it. To that, I think it's really unfair to say this, because a lot of people actually saw this movie. Those are the one saying this movie is bad. That being said, of course, I do want to acknowledge end of it. Yeah, this movie did got a lot of controversy, did get a lot of hate from people, did get a lot of reshoot, redone. Even Bob Iger, he came out and he said all this thing about this movie. I guess end of the day, this movie, it wasn't very good. Even when you read from her whole interview, she's also acknowledging if movie is not good, people not gonna see it. So you know what? Yeah, I find it very interesting, her interview. Although I still think people who are calling this movie bad, they saw it. They're not just calling this movie bad because they hate it. At least she's not as aggressive as other people. When people don't like their movie, people get really angry and they start calling out fan. Although she's not calling out fan, but she's not calling out fan either. Let me know in the comment if you enjoyed this video. Don't share other videos on other topics. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.